Good morning, YouTubers and big shavers. This is Paul here. It is the morning of November 17th, Saturday, and today I'm going to be doing a shave with products that were sent to me from Charlie from the Big Shave. He sent me some e-shave products. He sent me the e-shave pre-shave oil. There's a sample. The e-shave aftershave smoother, and also some sample of the e-shave verbena lime shave cream. So I'm going to go ahead and use these products today and give you my impressions of them. I've not used any of this stuff before, so I'm anxious to give it a try. I'm going to go ahead and use the I'm going to go ahead and try and face lather this cream using my ever ready refurbished brush with the TGN 2-band finest badger knot. This is a 22 millimeter knot, and it's been soaking in water. We get started here. And first, I'm going to go ahead and apply a little pre-shave oil to my face. I have just gotten out of the shower, and I did wash my face with Mr. Glow. So this pre-shave oil has a little bit of a citrus smell to it. It's a little on the thick side, not quite as thick as the Art of Shaving oil, but approaching that degree of thickness. So I would say it's probably somewhere between the Art of Shaving oil and the Shave Secret oil. I don't feel any menthol or eucalyptus in this, but it does smell very citrusy, kind of limey to me. I'm going to also be using the Gillette black 7 o'clock black blades, and I'm going to be using those blades in my Merkur Progress. I've not used this for a while. I've been using some of my other razors, but I do really like this this adjustable razor. This is the long handle Progress, and I have it set on 4. So we'll go ahead and get started here. I'm just going to wet my face. And so typically with the creams, I've always been sort of a bowl lather guy, and recently I've been trying to do the face lathering with creams, and it's actually been working out pretty well. I know several of the guys on the Big Shave are big fans of that. Mark and I think Michael Friedberg as well. And actually I've been pleasantly surprised with this technique. It seems to be work pretty well, and it's really pretty good in the morning when when I'm in a little bit of a hurry. It seems like it's a little bit quicker. So I'm just going to apply some of the cream to my face, and then I'll go ahead and lather it up and see how it goes. I am by no means a pro at face lathering cream, so this could be good, or it could be maybe not so good. I don't know. So here we go. So, what's been going on with me? Well, the last 2 days have been a little bit trying. I have been getting, I did get a cold. One of my kids came home with a cold from school the other day, and of course I ended up getting it. And during the latter part of the week, I started having one of the molars in the back of my mouth started hurting, and I ended up going to the dentist yesterday, and found out the tooth was cracked, and I had a little bit of an abscess under the tooth, so I ended up getting a root canal yesterday, and that was a lot of fun. I do have a little bit of anxiety about going to the dentist, although I am a surgeon, and I don't have any problem doing surgery on other people. Having someone stick needles in my mouth does somewhat give me the little bit of the shiver and willies, and but I did make it through. It was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I will say that my tooth was pretty sore last night, and it's better today, but it's still a little bit sore. So anyways, that's what's been going on with me. I guess it can only get better from here. So so this cream seems to be lathering pretty nicely on the face. Okay, add a little more water to it. I do tend to like my lather a little looser. But one thing I found about the face lathering is that you get a really nice, rich, creamy lather, which is really nice and seems to protect the face really well. So I'm going to dump the water out of my scuttle, and I'll put my brush in there just to keep it warm, and we'll go ahead and get going. So these Gillette 7 o'clock black blades have always been kind of a favorite of mine. I really enjoy them. I think they're nice and sharp and smooth, and they work in pretty much all my razors. Now, as many of you guys know, on the Big Shave, I last week had a absolutely terrible shave with the 7 o'clock black blade in my R41. And I wasn't sure if it was the blade just didn't match with the razor or if it was a technique thing. I went ahead the next couple days and used that blade in some of my other razors, got great shaves, and finally yesterday had the guts to go back and try it in the R41 again with a new blade, and actually got a really good shave, nice and smooth, no irritation. So I guess I'm probably was having a little bit of a technique problem that day, maybe pushing too hard or just didn't have the right angle, because yesterday when I used it with the R41 I actually got a really good shave. So I'm using it again today in my Progress. I've never had any problems with this blade in the Progress or in any of my other razors. I've used it in the Fat Tip, in the Weber, and the Red Tip, and it's always been really good in all those razors. So there's the Ever Ready brush. Seems to be holding a nice amount of lather. So I'm sure as many of you know, I'm a big fan of the golden nib knots, especially the 2-band finest. It may not be as soft as a silver tip, but it's pretty darn close. I think it's the nice, it offers a nice compromise between softness, or a nice mix of softness but yet good, really good backbone. And so it really is a great all-around knot. It can be used with with creams and soaps equally well. It holds warmth and it holds water really well, like any Badger does. And so it works really tremendously well with creams, but yet it's rigid enough, the bristles are rigid enough where you can really load soap nicely with it. And it seems to be a really good performing brush for me. I do like, as you know, I like my Simog boar brushes as well. But sometimes I want something a little softer, and so this is kind of a nice nice mix of softness and backbone. What's really nice about the golden nib knots is that they're fairly inexpensive, and you can you can use them to re-knot like old vintage handles, like this Ever Ready handle, and which you can pick up pretty cheaply on eBay and at antique stores, and you end up with a brush that's that costs you about $30–40 to make, and yet performs like a over $100 Simpson or Thayer or more expensive brush. So I would say, for anyone who really wants a quality Badger brush, they also make silver tip knots. So anybody wants a really quality brush but doesn't want to spend $100–150 on it, if you can find yourself a nice handle. nice vintage handle, or you know, if you're crafty, maybe you can make a handle yourself. It's really a good way to go. So this Gillette Black Blade is performing really beautifully in this progress. The 4 setting seems to be working really good for me. That's usually the setting I keep it on. I usually don't adjust the settings throughout the shave. Pretty much just keep it set on 4, which I found to be is the ideal setting for me, and it works really good. So this E-Shave cream, it does smell real good. It kind of, when I first opened it, reminded me of the smell of key lime pie. It doesn't smell sweet, but you definitely get the lime and the citrusy smell of that lime. It really is a nice smelling cream, and seems to be performing quite well. Definitely more than enough. That brush will definitely hold more than enough cream to do a 4-pass shave without any problem. So for me, on the against the grain pass is usually where I'm going to feel tugginess if I'm going to get it. And in this razor with this blade, really no tugginess at all. Really feels nice and smooth. It really seems to be a good good combination when matched with this brush for me, or with this razor for me. Okay, very good. Just rinse off here. So, all in all, I'd have to say that I'm pretty impressed with that E-Shave cream. It really made a nice lather, really super easy to lather. And as I stated before, I have really pretty hard water here, and it really worked really pretty nicely. it really seemed to lather quite easily. So, and there's what I have left at the end. Still quite a bit of lather left there. So yeah, that stuff really worked pretty good today. And I have to say that Michael and Mark, you guys might be onto something there with the face lathering of the creams. I've always kind of face lathered my soaps, but I typically will bowl lather my creams, and but I'm kind of liking that face lathering of the creams. It seems to work out pretty good. So for my aftershave, I'm going to use the blue Floid. Huge fan of Floid products. I like the blue and I like the Vigoroso. Blue smells really good, and it has menthol in it, just like the Vigoroso, which I think is really invigorating. Feels great on the face. And I think they also have another one called Suave, which has a little bit less menthol for you guys that don't really care for the menthol that much. I'm a huge menthol fan, so the more menthol the better for me. And I'm going to go ahead and use the E-Shave Aftershave Smoother. This doesn't really have much of a smell to it at all. Seems to be more or less unscented. It's fairly not quite as liquidy as Perazzo, a little thicker than that. Nowhere near as thick as Arco Cream. It seems to rub into the face really well. Again, it may have just a slight citrusy smell to it as well. Alright, so there we go. That's the shave of the day for Saturday, November 17th. Again, just in summary, I used the Merkur Progress set on 4, the ever-ready refurbished brush with the TGN 2-band Finest Badger knot, Gillette 7 o'clock black blades. I used a sample of the E-Shave, jeez, can't get the lid on that thing, hands are sticky, E-Shave Verbena Lime shave cream, the E-Shave pre-shave oil, and the E-Shave aftershave smoother, and of course don't forget the blue Floid. So I hope you guys have a great weekend, and hope your shaves are good. And take care, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.